think the time has come. Let's finally start working on these side fenders for our 1954 International Chassis Swap. There's a lot of work to be done to these, but that's okay. We're gonna basically modify them to fit this wheelbase. So, without further ado, let's start working on these fenders right here. Welcome to High House Stable Garage. Before we even modify or do anything to the fenders, what we have to do is basically crank these torsion bars down because we want to get our stance for the front end exactly where we want it to be. That way when we make our fenders to these tires, we're not going to have any problems whatsoever when we, put new tires on. All I got right here, I've been soaking these torsion bars, the adjustment screws on them, for a very, very long time. I have my 18 mil here. All what we're gonna do is basically take out 4 rotations, check it, see if we like the height. If we don't, we're gonna go another 4, and we'll keep going until we like it, basically. That's about it. So yeah, let me turn these and we'll be right back. That brought it down a little bit, and with driving, it will help settle it. So basically now, I would say we're good to start working on our side fenders. So let's just start doing that. We're basically gonna have to cut down just the centers and then build off that, but I'll show you exactly what I mean. So some issues that we're kind of dealing with already out of the gate is I wanna center up this wheel well exactly over the tire. And as you can see, the tire is just a little bit forward where it should be a little bit more back. All what we're gonna do is cut the entire wheel well out, scoot it, but we have to do a lot of work on this fender. As you can see, it's rotten right out through the back, through the front, everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this right across. Basically get rid of the entire thing. Zip. Same thing with the back half right here. But right there, zip, zip, cut that right off. And then we're gonna cut out our wheel well. So we're gonna center up our wheel well first, and then we're gonna kind of build off of it. We'll build the curve going down to our front end assembly, all of that. But we have to have the structure first and where the wheel is gonna be. So that's the main focus. We're gonna tack weld right across on that. It's gonna make it so our hood won't open anymore. But when we're all said and done, when the fender's all done and all that, and we have it exactly where we want, we'll figure out where we want to cut the fender, likely somewhere around here. We'll cut it there, break the tack welds on this side only, and then that will lift up, and we'll basically finish off that fender, add a cap, that kind of stuff. Finish up our front end and work with it like that. So that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a lot of work, but let's try how we do on this fender right now. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. As you can see, we're cutting out the rot right here, all the way down. I can recreate all this, guys. Don't worry about that. It's a lot of cutting, but I think we can recreate a lot of this. This right here, we're cutting off, and then our wheel arch, we're cutting out completely. Back panel, because this isn't gonna be the complete cut either. We're likely gonna have to do a pie cut down through here to kind of streamline that front end just a little tiny bit. But that's what we're gonna start out with first, and then the plan is basically to weld this seam to our hood in the area that we kind of want, and then from there we can kind of figure out, okay, do we need to cut right down it and suck it in? What do we have to do? So we need to cut these off just for it to fit. So let's do that. Not bad. We got the front off, we got the side off, we got the back off. Fun fact, I was once looking at a square MR2 on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, either one of the two. We got there, he advertised it as rust free. Oh, what he did is he cut off all the rust. There was hardly a car there. Let's go see how this fender goes on. The wheel well is still screwing me around. But that's okay. So we're gonna have to cut that wheel well out. Not a big deal. Let's cut that out real quick. Now I won't be able to really see how this is. You guys are just gonna have to, nod your head and say that it's good. So what we're kind of aiming for is roughly right there. That's where the curvature goes. That's kind of how it's gonna sit. Just something kind of like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out the welder, tack it to the hood right now, and then I'll be able to see how much of a center we gotta take out or even maybe add. You never know. But basically I want this to come out maybe just a centimeter off our side here. That's relatively, I don't know, 1/4 inch, something like that. And then it will bow out and go around the truck. So let me get the welder going, give a couple hot tack, and then we'll keep on keeping on. So here's the thing. It looks really good, not gonna lie. I quite like the whole stance of the entire thing, but I'm looking at photos online of how this truck is originally supposed to be, and basically this front fender has to be down a lot more. See the gap? This gap right here has to be down quite a lot more. It comes down and it follows basically the exact same line, I would say, around the entire truck. If you notice, we're scrubbing fender right here. We're scrubbing tire. And there's no real good way to get around it, because even if I clearance this, if we hit a bump, we're always going to hit the top of our fender. Don't really like that plan. So I'm going to do some looking online and see if I can get some smaller tires. So this F-150 came with 265 70/17. I actually measured out some spare tires I have for my 250, and these are actually bigger than those. Those ones over there are 265 70/16. So yeah, they're big tires, these guys. So what I kind of am thinking about is this. Here's a 235 75/15, the spare tire off my 1996 F-150. As you can see, the tire size height difference is quite substantial. Also the thickness wise. So what I think we're going to be ending up doing is we're going to swap these rims out, these 17-inch rims, for some 16-inch steelies. I don't have them yet, and we're also going to get some smaller rubber to go on top of them. Now we're still going to be doing 16-inch slicks all the way around, but for just welding purposes and moving things around and stuff like that, we're not going to really spend our money on slicks just right now. So what we're going to have to do is get rims and tires for this truck before we can move on with the fenders. Just how it is. So I'm going to break my tack welds on this, put these off to the side. I might cut up the other one and get it ready, put them off to the side, and we'll do other side projects on this until the meantime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a quicker one, but yeah, that's kind of how this stuff is shaken down. But you only know when you try. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one really, really soon. All right, see ya.